in happy science, this laws of the sun is a center teachings. So those who understand this teachings of laws of the sun, I found they become good believer. Okay, so happy science is all of you for all of you feel very new. That happy science was founded by Master Ryuho Okawa in 1986. Then, after Master's establishment, happy science became the biggest new religion in Japan. Okay, then now we introduce Elkanto teachings, Master Ryuho Okawa teachings all over the world. So, sorry, I'll mute. Okay, so what we believe in happy science is a Lord El Cantare. Lord El Cantare is a god of the earth, god of the universe, and creator. So in Muslim people call Allah. In Hinduism people call Vishnu. In Christianity people call Father in heaven. In Buddhism people call Eternal Buddha. This is Lord El Cantare. The core part of Lord El Cantare, born on this earth 3 times. First born as Alpha 33 million years ago. And he united all the earthly beings into one. Then second, El Cantare, core part of El Cantare, born this earth 150 million years ago. At that time, the soul of El Cantare established the justice of this earth, what is good and what is evil. And this time, El Cantare, core part of El Cantare, born as Master Ryuho Okawa. Okay? Then this time, El Cantare unites all the religion. Then try to open new age, including space age. This is the mission of Lord El Cantare. I understand what I'm talking is a very, how to say, a little bit extreme or beyond common sense. I understand. But yeah, just please accept or listen. And soul sibling of El Cantare born on this earth many times. Ramu, Tos, Riental, Cloud, or Fearless Hermes, Gautama Siddhartha. Maybe only you may know the name of Gautama Siddhartha and Hermes. But happy science, El Cantare teaches us the long history of this earth. So inside of the laws of the sun, El Cantare teaches us, the beginning of creation of the universe and a little bit detailed teachings. Recently, 1 million years ago, history. So now, core part of El Cantare, born as Master Ryuho Okawa, and he published more than 3,000 books. Okay, so this teachings is the biggest teachings in the world and in the history. So El Cantare teachings is the center teachings as the laws of the sun. So El Cantare says, this is the one and only book in the entire world that clearly describes creation, the stages of love, the structure of enlightenment, and the transition of civilization, as well as the true mission of El Cantare. Okay? So these are the main concept of the laws of the sun. So include everything. Then we will read this book in our future reincarnation. This is a chapter. Then El Cantare teaches us in the preface, the laws of the sun is an exceedingly mystical book. Instead of trying to understand it using common sense, I want you to replace the usually accepted common sense with the contents of this book. So we have common sense. Everyone has common sense based on education, based on family environment, based on religion. Then we judge what is happening based on our common sense. But El Cantare, the Master Ryuho Okawa, he recommends us to replace our common sense by this book, The Laws of the Sun. Okay, so which means totally new teachings for all of us. So today we will mainly introduce the chapter 2, Buddha's Truth Speaks. Then El Cantare teaches the relationship between the mind and the soul. Have you ever thought the difference, mind and the soul? You might think same. You might think same. The El Cantare teaches us very clearly. I have used the terms consciousness, spirit, and soul. Also, these terms are not necessarily used in the strict sense. You can assume that human attributes get stronger in the order of consciousness, spirit, and soul. Okay, so no need to distinguish very detail, but roughly understanding consciousness is like a concept of our thoughts. Okay, the spirit become more detailed, become like an energy. Then soul means with human shape. So human attributes, the soul is stronger than consciousness. So this is the meaning of soul. Then the conclusion will be that the mind is the core part of the soul. The soul is shaped like human body, and just as the heart lies at the center of the human body, the soul has a central part called the mind. The mind is located neither in the heart nor in the brain cortex or cells. Okay, so what is mind? Mind means the center part of soul. Core part of the soul means mind, which locates around our chest. Okay, so in my past experience, if I say mind, people said, pointed at brain. But meaning brain, Master teaches us like this. The brain is a file cabinet or an information control room where all kinds of information are organized. So when this brain or information control room is damaged, we can no longer judge or act rationally because the entire command system of physical body fall into disarray. So brain is a mainly information control room. So a little secondary part of soul, we can say secondary part of soul, which gives the order entire our body and soul. But even there is no brain, soul can recognize the situation. Mind can recognize the situation. Mind can think. Okay, so this is how El Cantare Master Ryuho Okawa teaches us. If we imagine the soul to be shaped like the human body, the primary center of the mind is located around the chest and mainly controls the will, emotions, and instincts. Moreover, intellect and reason give commands to the entire soul through the secondary center of the soul, located in the brain, which is like the outpost of the mind. Okay? The further, one's spiritual intuition is directly connected to one's soul siblings in heaven, in the spirit world, through the lower valley, heart and brain. Okay, for your understanding, this is the image. This is the image. Okay, mind is mainly, mind role is mainly will, emotion, and instinct. So you can understand when you feel happy, when you feel sadness, okay? All the time you feel from around the, chest, okay? Then brain, intellect, reason. While you are studying, when you are studying, and when you are reading, watching something using brain, at that time, the intellect and reason, brain is related to this intellect and reason, this kind of function. Then spiritual intuition. So when you conduct meditation or when you conduct self-reflection, something, when you can make peace of mind, at that time you feel your spiritual center come to lower belly, abdomen. Okay. So especially when we conduct meditation, we breathe in deeply. At that time, we should recognize this lower belly. Then we should establish our spiritual connection to the heavenly world from lower belly, mind, and brain. Sometimes in yoga, maybe say chakra or something like that. Chakra or something like that. But the soul function is like this. Okay, so it's a very clear explanation. When I went to book fair in Chennai, and I visited some, spiritual booths, spiritual books place. So then I asked some shop clerks, what is the meaning of mind? How the Guru teaches you? How Guru taught you about the mind, soul, brain? What is the difference? What is the relationship? So in my experience, no one gave the very clear explanation regarding this point. So El Cantare, Happy Sense Master teaches us a very clear explanation regarding this soul, mind, brain, lower belly, and spiritual connection. A spirit is essentially energy without a fixed face, a shape. But by dwelling in a human body, it becomes a soul, or a body of thoughts shaped like a human. The spirit undergoes life training with the mind situated at the center of the soul. So roughly understanding, okay, we are reincarnating. Then this world, we came in this world for our soul training. So we have physical body, but inside of his physical body, we have soul. Then we locate mind around our chest. Then we are doing, soul training. So please have this kind of understanding in your life. So if you have this kind of understanding, if you meet some difficulties, setbacks, you understand it's our soul training. Important thing is how to acquire true wisdom through these difficulties. This is the true meaning of our life. Okay, so today we will learn further. El Cantare teaches the working of the mind. Now I explained about the mind, existence of mind. So El Cantare teaches us the working of the mind actually includes the creative power that Buddha means God, gave to human beings. So mind has creating power. Why? Buddha created the different dimensions with his will. He created the third dimensional universe, the source of humans, as well as their physical bodies. Each and every human beings are part of Buddha's consciousness, God's consciousness. and by itself is a complete single miniature universe. Okay, so we human beings has the same function of God or Buddha. Okay, and so in Hinduism it say Atman and Brahman, but Happy Sense as we must very clearly mention we are the child of God, we are child of Buddha. Then we have same function of God or Buddha. So God or Buddha created this world and also spiritual world by his will, by his creative power. Okay, so today I don't explain these details of a spiritual world. So maybe you can read in the Rose of the Sun these already details of a spiritual world. But now we are in the third dimensional world. Then please recognize you as a child of God, you as a child of Buddha. Then you have creative power in your mind. Your mind has same function of God or Buddha. Because we are child of God, child of Buddha. So therefore, the workings of the human mind originate from his creative power and are similar to it. So every thought and feeling creates something somewhere in this world, in this third dimensional universe, and in corresponding multidimensional space. Further, the collection of the thoughts of all individuals becomes a power that creates a real world. So we are thinking all the time, and we have some thought all the time. This kind of thought or thinking is creating something in this world and also in the other world. So you can see now you are using, maybe a smartphone or computer, but why this computer or smartphone exists? Because someone, imagined this kind of gadget tool. Okay, then we are using some, the signal to communicate by Zoom because someone, invented, someone created this system. We can travel all over the world because someone created this kind of system. So each of us, we have creative power. Then we are creating our thought, creating something in this world and in the other world. This is a proof of we are child of God, we are child of Buddha. So Elkantar teaches us thought, concept, and will. This is related to mind function, mind power. First, thought are things that come up in your mind, in our minds at various moments in the day and can be said to be a part of our usual mental activity. So thought is just very temporary. I'm hungry, or I want to watch YouTube. Okay, I want to talk to him or her. So like that, daily thinking is like a thought. So this is not creative power, is not so strong. So second, concepts are thoughts that are more concrete, while thoughts are like the daily ebbs and flow of waves at the seashore. Concepts are somewhat continuous and include detailed vision. They can be visualized as a picture or video images. They have a storyline and like the water of flowing river have continuity and direction. Okay? So concept has a story. Okay, so I want to create such kind of a good relationship with others, or I want to walk like this way, or I want to make something. I want to write this kind of story, or like that, or anything. I want to make my child to be like this. So story. So this concept has a little bit creative power, but not very strong yet. So third, there is a will. It has a distinctively creative nature. It even possesses a physical force. In the fourth dimension and higher, the will create all sorts of things, as it has a creative power similar to that of Buddha or God. So will means strong determination. Strong determination can have creative power, physical force. So we are using iPhone or some smartphone which was created by Steve Jobs. But Steve Jobs, which means his will was very strong to create smartphone, ideal gadget for all of us. Then there were many difficulties, but finally he created this kind of smartphone or iPhone, our car and everything, based on very strong will. All the things appeared in this world. And this creative power, the will, has strong power. If your will is focused on the wish to guide someone in a positive direction, a sudden change can actually happen in that person's mental state or circumstances, making a turn for the better. Our good wish also can change others. So if you want to guide someone, something good way, also, if your will is very strong, you can guide him or her to the good direction. But if at the same time, we have creative power, we have destruction power by our will. If we hope some destruction to others strongly, also we can, make people unhappy. So we have to be very careful regarding our will. Our will has direct power. Okay? So we should use this, our will, to the good direction. So Master teaches us, if hundreds or thousands or millions of people strongly wish to make this world a Buddha-land utopia, God-land utopia, and their will is gathered and amplified, light will shine from that part of the world. The light will penetrate into people's hearts, spreading their world of happiness even more. In this way, the earthly world can turn into a world of bodhisattvas. Bodhisattva means angels. Okay? So if we gather our good intention with many people, actually we can change the world. This is a reason why Master Ryuho Okawa published the Laws of the Sun. Okay? Now all over the world, there are many problems. Okay? But we don't know how to solve problems. We need common understanding to solve religious conflict, something in a world problem, world spirituality problem, science problem, and so on. Okay, so this is today's explanation part. So today we will practice very short contemplation. Then we practice the meditation of the sun. Okay, first. Okay, now we studied the power of will. Power of will. But now all over the world, there are many problems. the Russian-Ukraine war, Israel and Hamas war, and even in India and South Asia, there are many religious conflict. Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikh, Muslim, Christianity. But in Chennai, that was harmonized. But from overview perspective, there are many conflicts. And also, some states has a caste conflict between castes. They are fighting each other. Here I'm staying now, Maharashtra. There are conflict inside of caste. Okay, so to overcome these things, actually, El Cantare teaches us the bigger perspective teachings. Then we try to create a world. All the people love each other, live harmoniously, believe in one another. That was utopia. Okay, so this is the purpose of happy science, mission of happy science. Okay, El Cantare. Sometimes I receive the question, what is the difference between happy science and Hinduism or other religion? Okay, so what I said is happy science, El Cantare, has very clear teachings how to overcome religious conflict. Then El Cantare explains the roots of each religion. Then El Cantare explains roots of humanity. Then El Cantare explains, happy science explains how to open bright future with science, with the age of universe. Yeah. So a little bit, modern teachings and also overall teachings, El Cantare teaches us. This is the difference. Okay, so just 1 or 2 minutes, we'd like to give the prayer for world peace. El Cantare teaches us, if hundreds of thousands or millions of people strongly wish to make this world Buddha and utopia, and their will is gathered and amplified, light will shine from that part of the world. So we pray for the world. All the people love each other, live harmoniously, believe in one another. Then try to make utopia. Just we do this prayer for 1 minute. So please start. Thank you very much. It's a very short time, but all the time, please use your mind to this kind of good direction. This is a way for us to be happy and way to make others happy too. So today I introduce the mind is a core part of the soul. Then one of the mind function, the will has a distinctively creative nature. Our mind has creative nature. Today I introduced this point from the Roosevelt Sun. So finally, we will practice meditation of the sun